All right, everybody. This video is for those of y'all going to be working on a G11, G12. I think it's just a G body. BMW 750. This one happens to be my wife's. Very dirty right at the moment. I need to go to the car wash after I get this done. This is for the rear air springs. I've worked on a lot of cars over the years, and rear air springs have generally been very easy. Mercedes, BMW, earlier ones, they were easy. This one, not so much. The lower part, you guys will figure that out real quickly. That's just one bolt, pull a couple of connectors, probably have to pry it down a little bit to get the spring out. The upper 3 nuts is what's the nightmare. Here's the new or not piece, or new rebuilt. And on the top, you'll see very simple 3 nuts like a strut on everything else. So what I've done for research is find out that there's one video on there, and thankfully I saw that one, so I appreciate that. Whomever that was, it's from another country, I don't know where. But basically that one, you had to take out the seat backs, the seat lowers, the rear package tray with the sunshade, the whole shebang. So I was all prepared to start going down that route without even having Insta or any of that to work with. And you know, generally speaking, you end up breaking a lot of clips, you break a lot of pieces that, you know, if you don't have the factory manual to figure it out with, that's what you end up running into. And I started to look at it, and I just kind of figured out where the strut ended and where, you know, where the nuts would possibly be. On this is a carbon body parts of it, so they molded in a section in the rear that has like a cast, probably a cast aluminum strut housing. And so long story short, for all you guys that end up doing this, because I'm sure you're going to end up having to do it, everybody that has air suspension ends up with one leaking, and so you got to deal with it. Well, what I found that I could do, and this disclaimer right here, is this may not be for you guys that are working in a shop, that are wanting to do absolutely professional work. Y'all might want to take that all out and go through the whole motion of dealing with that. But what I found that you can do is, once you pull that little speaker, I'll do a video through this. I've got a light shining through. So once you pull that speaker, you can take some of the insulation, you can cut the insulation around where that top strut is. I don't know if you can see very clearly through there, kind of dirty, but if you can see through there, I torn the strut, or torn the insulation around there, cut it, and I'm going to put it back and probably just put a little bit of tape over it. It's just insulation for that speaker, so I don't think it's going to be that big. But what I would recommend, if you look, you'll see on maybe on the side of that ratchet, you can see a nut right there. What I recommend, you can get the 2 that are on this inner portion really easy once you can see those. The other one is kind of in there, so I have a ratchet with a swivel, impact swivel socket, and I've got it loose already. So I'll get in there and I'll kind of do the camera inside so you can see how that is. But I would recommend to go ahead and loosen up those inside ones first, and then tighten one of them back up, just so you can get familiarized with all the nuts where all 3 of them are. And then you can go to this one, which is the hardest one, and that one is way in there. And so I've got the socket with a swivel impact, and once I get that out, now you can see there's one nut. The other one would be up in the front here. It's covered by some of the insulation, but I'm going to get this other one out, and then what we'll do is I'll pull that other one, and then I should be able to get the strut out at that point. So probably going to be doing a fast forward, but we'll see how it goes. So the other thing you'll need to do is use a little magnet to get these nuts out of there. But I'll show you all that. But anyway, it makes it easier because they're hard to get with your fingers. All right, you heard that drop. I heard it drop. Let's get this nut out of here and see what we got here. Throw this back in here. I want to organize that in a minute. So anyway, that's that. I've got, you can see all of them are out. All 3 nuts. The nuts are 2 of them right there. I'm going to get that all organized here. But let me put it up in the air a little bit more, and you can see that the strut is loose. Y'all might just fast forward through this. I'm probably just going to post this video as is, and y'all can fast forward through the parts you don't want to see. But I can tell you right now, if I would have seen a video like this, it would have helped me save me some time trying to figure out those top bolts. So I'm going to share it. So basically, everything's all done. I just need to undo the line here real quick, and then I should be able to pull this out. So just hold on a second, and we'll see what we can do. I'm trying to turn this light off. Let's see here. I'm going to show you the light down with me. I'm going to pull this off. Shed some light on this subject. Pull this out. And, after this, I should be able to get this out of here. I don't know how hard it's going to be, but I'm betting I gotta smash it down and come through. I'm betting it's not going to be that easy, but you never know. Maybe I'll get lucky. There we go. Strut is out. So there's that. And now again, I don't know if y'all are gonna want to do it this way, but this is gonna save you hours and hours and hours of time to get this out of there. Just by cutting a little bit of insulation. You can put a little bit more insulation back up in there. That's where we're at. The way they molded this, there's just no way to get to it. So you can go through that speaker hole if you choose. If not, have fun tearing all that other stuff apart without breaking it. But anyway, this is me, myself, and I down here on the border doing a little bit of work on my wife's car. And you'll see mostly racing videos out of me, but this one is one that I think is worth sharing. So I'm going to go ahead and share it to everybody and get this other one in there, and should be back on the road. If my dog doesn't lose all my parts in the process. He likes to mess around out here. Don't you, bud? Hey, Gunny. Let's do a trick. Let's do a trick for the people before we sign off here. Come here. Sit. Bang. Sit. No, sit. Sit. Bang. Oh, that's a good boy. You're a good boy. Say hi to the people. Center. This is my buddy. All right. Thank you very much for watching. And I would say like and subscribe, but you know, I'm probably not going to have that many followers in the end. I'm not doing this. I'm just doing this to help some people out. So anyway, this is a G11 2017 BMW 750, and that is the rear air spring to get to the top nuts on that thing without having to tear all the electric seats out, all the electric sunshade, all that stuff. So anyway, enjoy your journey, boys.